To be precise, see, I'm from Kenya, where the people come to sightsee from near places and far away, taking pictures in our beautiful parks, troubles covered in our beautiful clots, taking pictures of our beautiful faces, oblivious of our pitiful past. We've got people starving in Wajir, people crying everywhere, people suffering in Nigeria, people dying everywhere, and still we survive. We continue with our lives, and despite our problems, we must come together and unite and say, I'm black and African and proud. 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 Sing it with me.
Black and African and proud. Wow.
I'm black and African and proud. I'm black and African and proud. I'm black and African and proud.
Awesome. Awesome. Good to see you.
You too.
Karibu sana. Phenomenal woman.
Yep.
It's good to see you, and that is beautiful.
Thank you.
Proud to be African indeed, and we're going to be talking about this a little bit more. I'm going to hold it up so we can grab it, but amazing project this to have it out last month, and must have been a long road. Talk to us about it.
Long time coming. I mean, I started in 2008 as a backup singer for Mudhoni Drama Queen and Della.
Yes.
Then 2009-10 I started doing my own thing solo, and I guess by God's grace I met Jazz Odongo, and musically we hit it off, and we produced the first song was Down, and then we did Phenomenal Woman, and people now started paying attention. But really I didn't have the funds to do an album, and also I wasn't ready as an artist to release an album to a crowd that doesn't know you. You know, you can't just release an album and then kila mtu, oh, have you heard of someone, as opposed to hey, Fena has an album out.
True.
So I wasn't ready until now, if I could say so.
When did singing, start for you? When did this start?
You know the cliche story for in church, in school, when I was a kid. I grew up in a musical family. My mom, my sister is actually a classical singer. She's a classically trained singer. So I just grew up around a lot of music, and I can just say it came naturally.
This is what you always wanted to do, thinking, you know what, I'm
growing up, actually, I wanted to be a DJ and producer, but I took up the production side. DJing, not so much, because I don't have decks.
Okay.
But yeah.
So coming down to this, you've done, as you said, with the drama queen, you're a background singer and all. Who has inspired you the most in terms of just learn from them and being inspired and deciding, you know what, I'm actually going to focus on this going forward?
I'd say being a backup vocalist for Mudhoni and Della, it gave me exposure to this side of music, the live performance. So at least I had people to look up to when I was starting. And then Sauti Soul, Elani, we used to sing at Allianz Uko in the backyard when they were still skinny, and now they're shirtless.
I know. So what do you think about that? They look good.
I mean, they look good, they sound good. I love it.
16 songs in total. That's a lot. This it sounds and feels like a lot of work, sweat that has gone into this.
Yes.
And people will usually see an album released or launched and they're like, oh, nice, celebrate you. And some don't realize how much just goes into it.
I mean, I can't even explain how much goes into making an album. And a good album at that. So, but I feel like people are appreciating good music more. Like, guys have bought this album, and it's only 500 bob.
Okay. Where do guys get it?
We're doing deliveries for now, and you can get it online on wabe.com, and it'll soon be on iTunes. But we're working on a deal to have it in a store somewhere.
Okay. Is there a string you'd say that connects the different songs you have in here? What is that connecting, the thread that connects this, the theme, if you like, some would ask?
The theme, I'd say, is just love and life. Because it's a very, this album is more of an expression of my personality. It's very chilled, it's very expressive. the things I love, my love for my continent, just love songs or experiences that you've been through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you write all the songs?
Yes.
How is that, like the whole writing song process? What inspires you? Sit down and like, ooh, I'm just in a hot man passing by, let me sing about love.
Actually, sometimes that's how it works. Like I could be sitting here with you and this glass looks half empty, half full.
Yeah.
I'd be like, okay, I could sing about that, but really it comes randomly. I could be in traffic and I hear a melody in my head. Like, that could be a song. Or we're talking and you say a word and I'm like, that sounds interesting.
Do you have a mentor?
Musically?
Yes.
I wouldn't say so. I'd say I have people I've looked up to. And internationally, I grew up listening to Missy. I know that's an odd thing, but she's very creative. That's where I got my creative writing skills from. And then Pharrell, the music production, very neat, very clean, very interesting.
Yeah, with his huge hat.
Yes. I feel like I should get one for myself.
I know, right?
Anyway, basically.
You know, in the lead up to this, for you being your first debut, what was going through your mind? Were you concerned, nervous? How will people receive it? What will they say? What will this mean for my career going forward?
There was a lot of pressure before releasing this album because some of my fans felt that it was long overdue, and I felt the same, but also I knew I wasn't ready. So I knew I don't need to rush it, because if I rush it and then release something that's just so meh, you know, it wouldn't be worth all that time that we've put into it.
So it was nerve-wracking to some extent.
And even during the launch, I felt like I was losing my mind, but I was excited. I was so excited, and I was so nervous because I wasn't sure. Maybe there's a song that sounds off, you know, but it was all in the mind. I think it was just all in the mind because guys are enjoying it, and I'm pretty sure you'll enjoy it.
I will. And Phenomenal Woman, one for me that really I'm into, and Brikicho, which we'll play in a short while. But it's like asking a parent or a mother who's your favorite child. But which one of these songs sticks out for you?
I always say that because I'm like, I love them all.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you, Black, African and Proud and Get Loose. Those are my favorite songs. Get Loose is very chill. It's very, it's just get loose. Like, get loose, get free. There's no time to disagree. Tonight, it's all about you and me. Basically, just dance.
Black, African and Proud, you know, as you were singing that, and at a time in Kenya where we've had this whole conversation about, you know, kutoa tint or going skin lightening. What do you think about that? Because at one end, people will bash somebody for making a decision she claims on her part is personal and she's in control of that. But the kind of attention it has not only grabbed here but beyond, and also with concerns, does now this become what the young generation will look up to and want to emulate? What do you think?
For one, I feel like it's your life.
You
do what you feel is right for you. I mean, I wouldn't go out and bleach because I mean I have good skin. So maybe it was a decision based on something very basic to her. Maybe she felt her skin doesn't look right. I don't think it's a race thing, like she just doesn't want to be back. I don't know. For
a song like Black, African and Proud, for you, when you put out your music, what do you usually hope to achieve? Because some people will want to, you know, campaign, change something, inspire. Some it's simply to entertain.
Mine
what is it for you?
I'm just happy to be African, and at a time when Africa is taking over, and I'd want to be at the forefront of artists representing Africa globally. So for me, it's just, I'm just happy to be an African. In such a time.
And you were recently in London. Talk to us about what you were doing over there.
London was a summit, a global summit to end sexual violence and conflict. And the headliner was Angelina Jolie. Yes, I met Angelina Jolie.
Who we all love.
I mean, I didn't get to
Salimia.
You know what, she passed in front of me, and I was like,
her.
I said, hi Angelina, and then she turned, smiled and said, hi. I was like, oh my God.
Wow. But you should have been on standby with your camera.
We took photos, but you know, she's just walking and then she's surrounded by security.
So that's a huge platform to get to perform there.
I mean, it was a conference, so there was not much like concert feel. It wasn't really a concert, it was just more presentation. So I was there with Mombi, Wangeshi and Ecstatic and the producer Provoke. So basically it was just females to represent Kenya. And I want to listen to one of your songs right now before we continue with the interview. Of course, you'll talk to us as well about going forward. You're only 24. I cannot believe that. Okay, I said your age. Shouldn't I say that? No, it's fine. You're very proud to be 24.
Excellent. That's the spirit. You have a lot of people saying, Mimi.
Is it our because no. But I've never lied about my age.
It's amazing the stuff you're doing at your age and inspirational for the younger generation as well. So let's take a listen at the next track. It's Jabulani for you.
Respect of your peers over the months and over the years. Nimetoka mbali na majama fulani, and the kids back in the hood, they be walking up to me. Fenangoma zako ni kale, and it feels so good that they looking up to me. I'm not a hero, I just made a little something out of zero. And despite your circumstances, lift up your hands and say, rejoice in your struggle, rejoice in your pain. Jabulane, rejoice you will get up on your feet again. Jabulane, rejoice in your struggle, rejoice in your pain. Jabulane, rejoice you will get up on your feet again. Jabulane, I will see no evil, I will hear no evil, I will speak no evil, evil. I will see no evil, I will hear no evil, I will speak no evil, evil. Yeah, I do it for my fam, I do it for my people. Yeah, your life was never easy, life was never simple, but now you're flying high, kinda like an eagle. We in the lead, let the rest of them follow. And better we do the best and let God calm your spirit when you're under the test. Put you under his wings, may he guide and protect. So rejoice in your struggle, rejoice in your pain. Jabulane, rejoice you will get up on your feet again. Jabulane, rejoice in your struggle, rejoice in your pain. Jabulane, rejoice you will get up on your feet again. Lift up your hands and sing. Rejoice in your struggle, rejoice in your pain. Jabulane, rejoice in your pain. You will get up on your feet again. Rejoice in your struggle, rejoice in your pain, and you will rejoice. Rejoice, you will get up on your feet again. Ooh, na. Mama, rejoice. Lift up your voice. Papa, rejoice. Lift up your voice, Africa, rejoice. Lift up your voice. Africa, rejoice. Lift up your voice. My people, rejoice. Lift up your voice, Jabulane. Rejoice in your struggle, rejoice in your pain. Jabulane, rejoice you will get up on your feet again. Jabulane, rejoice in your struggle, rejoice in your pain. Jabulane, rejoice you will get up on your feet again. Jabulane, rejoice in your struggle.
Jabulani for you of Fena's newly released, actually debut album, Phenomenon it is called, and she's with us in studio this morning talking to us about her music, but also want to get to know a bit about going forward in as far as what you see and what you want to do with your music.
Well, I've always known that music is what I want to do.
Yeah.
I mean, I did IR in school and whatnot. But for me, my music, I really just want to inspire someone else to want to be like me. Because I started it out of nothing, and I didn't think I'd do anything. Like, I didn't think I'd get this far. And I still have a long way to go. But really, I just want to inspire someone.
Yeah. Your family saying you want to get into this and do it full time. How was that in terms of were they supportive? Were they thinking what?
No, I had all the support. My mom is a big fan, and my sister is my biggest fan.
Yeah.
So for me, it wasn't a question about. And even if I wanted to be a bus driver, I'm sure my mom would push. Like, she just tell me. Yeah, they've always been supportive.
Okay.
Yeah.
How is it then you go about in terms of funding the videos, you know, and putting your music together? There's a money that goes into it. How do you do that?
Saving. Yeah, you just save from your shows. If you're lucky enough, someone will invest. Okay. Which is hard. Yeah, it's really hard, but yeah, that's the only way out.
So you talk about here being hard, which is true. We see a lot of people in terms of before you get that corporate backing. What is it? Is it that our corporates don't have faith in our confidence, in your opinion, or in the artist, or in the music, or in the staying power that this is with someone who, 5-10 years on, they'll still be standing out there, and it will not be a lost in one-off investment.
Corporates tend to invest more in what's hype at the moment.
Yeah.
And what's hype at the moment is not really what will last. So that's a problem we face, because as opposed to taking what Jabulani, which will push you for years, will take, I wouldn't say what, but you know, what's hype at that moment, that will fade. So that's something maybe they should look into.
Perhaps a question I should have asked way earlier. How do you describe your music, the genre?
I call it urban soul, because it's a fusion of the different genres that I love. So there's a bit of rap, there's Afro soul, neo soul, reggae. Like, listen to the album, there's just a whole vibe about it.
Yeah.
Afro house. Yeah.
Who's your favorite artist?
That's a tough one.
Here and cross our borders.
I don't really know. I mean, I listen to a lot of random music.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, so I can't quite say who's my favorite. I'd say Missy Elliott is still my favorite.
And here, who would you say has been able to stay? Because, stay on, not because we see a lot of comebacks. And the comebacks are because somebody was and disappeared.
Yeah, and then disappeared.
Yeah.
Who? I think someone who has had that staying power would be Susan Owio. Okay. Because if Susan Owio releases a song today, we'll still listen to it. Yeah.
Do you plan to do more than music? Because you look at artists like Giuliani, who has got a lot of other different things going on in terms of campaigns running and standing for various initiatives, being the spokesperson. Is that a line you'd want to take, or do you want to simply purely focus on
I'd want to branch out, but for now, music is my full-time thing, because I also write for other artists.
Oh.
I want to make it more of a career on that side.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've written for Karen and Adele.
Nice.
So far, so I'm hoping to get more clients.
Yeah. Come to Fena. She's writing. I should come as well.
I'll write you a song for Morning Express. In fact, I should do your theme song.
You should, huh? Ideas right there. And we can be always saying, there's Fena starting our morning for us on the show.
Yeah.
And what goes into that in as far as if you're doing a song for somebody? Do they come and tell you, okay, so I want to sing about goats and cows. So put for me something together, or do you put something together and tell them, hey, have this?
I'd rather you tell me what you want.
Okay.
And then I sit with you and just get your vibe. And if I feel it won't suit you, it really won't, but I'll still write it, because that's what you want.
Yeah. How is it you interact with your fans, because they're a big part of your music and being sold out as well? How do you keep in touch with them?
Social media. Twitter. Actually, I wouldn't be here without social media, because our music is in mainstream, but we're moving towards we're moving online. So that's where my fan base grew. At Phenomenal on Twitter, that's FENA_MENAL, and Facebook is Fena Music.
Yeah. That people who I remember one of the artists I interviewed recently was talking to me about how in coming up, sometimes even with names for her songs, she'll engage her fans to get them to participate. Does that work in as far as getting them feel they're part of your project? Would you say?
I get maybe for them. I mean, I've never really done that. But I guess the next album I'll ask.
You should try.
I should try it.
Yeah?
I think I did it once. I can't remember for what song or why. But I interact with, the thing is, I keep it very, like I'll interact with them very personally, as opposed to making yourself so inaccessible. What's the word?
Inaccessible.
Yeah.
Inaccessible.
Accessible.
Yes.
Yeah.
we'll go to Brikicho in a short while, but let's know you a little bit. Fena, who's Fena, the person other than the artist?
Fena is this chilled girl next door, you know, just...
No, that's cliche. You can't do
that's a cliche thing. No, but it's true. I kid you not, if you see me on the street, you'll even pass me.
Okay.
Because I like to keep to myself. I'm an introvert, surprisingly, and I'm very shy, painfully shy.
Really?
Yes.
So when you're in front of huge crowds, like, Fena!
Like, when I walk in through this door, my other personality, I like switch it on. But the moment I leave the stage or the light, I switch it off.
Talk to me about this, because many artists talk about this other personality.
It's actually true.
Bring it on this.
You probably do.
I don't. Okay, yeah, perhaps, because I think I'm shy too. Especially, no, really.
I've met you outside the studio.
No, like in huge crowds, like what you do.
Yeah.
You know, I think it's just me and the cameras, and you know, our studio
and a million viewers
who I'm not seeing, honey. So
I'm just like, there's so many people watching, you know.
So yeah, for you, what is that switch? And do you have a name for that other?
No, I should. No?
You should, huh?
Maybe just phenomenal woman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So is it consciously it comes on, or you're just like,
it's consciously, because
or it just happens?
I get really nervous. Like before I get on stage, I get super nervous. So I have to remember, when I get on stage, it's like I've been thrown into the ocean.
Yeah.
And I need to swim.
You have to swim.
So, and I can't swim, like me, myself.
Really? How now?
I can swim, like I'll save myself. Like if we drown, I'll get to the show, but I'll probably drown just before I fika.
That is not even a good thing to say.
No, really, but yeah. I digress.
No, that is the funniest thing.
Yeah. So on stage, I just switch it off.
Okay.
And it's very easy. That actually, I came to understand why people end up in drugs and stuff like that. Because it's hard. Like it's a lot of pressure. So if you don't have a good foundation, like if you don't have a good support system, you will definitely get lost.
Yeah. True, because a lot of people in trying to keep up, because there's also a lot of competition. You're always trying to remain relevant. Do you feel that pressure sometimes? Like now you're thinking about your next project and thinking, I need to up this, I need to keep people excited and talking about me.
And there's a lot of competition. So you just need to be on your toes.
In as far as your personal life, are you dating?
Oh, single and not searching.
Why?
I'm too busy.
So
I'm too busy.
In life, like, it's good to be busy and you know have somebody busy with you.
I'm good being single. Like I'm happy for now.
Okay.
Yeah.
But soon, later, hopefully, at some point.
I mean, if you guys pray for me,
piga magoti.
Tutaomba. Inaka itabidi tutaomba.
All right. Let's take a listen and have a look at this video. Brikicho, Fena's as well. Phenomenon is the album. Here it is. 500 bob.
Only,
people. And you'll give us the context, how we call for a delivery.
Yes.
So take a look at this video.
rikicho, rikicho, rikicho.
Rikicho, there you have it. One of the songs in Fena's new album, which you must get, just going for 500 shillings. So I remember the game, played that when we were kids, Rikicho. But in the song, is it somebody trying to find a loved one? What is it?
It's just basically the
Playing
game.
hard to get?
Yeah, kind of. But if you watch it to the end, there's a twist to it that the guy this chick, her best friend, is dating is actually the one who she was flirting with.
Oh.
So it's basically the love games we play as we're grown-ups now in comparison to now when we were kids.
When we were kids. Yeah. It takes me back to that. Rikicho, Bantura. When a lot of the artists that I get to talk to in comparing how our music industry is doing will say that there's not enough support as well from perhaps the DJs and the music they play, and also maybe even the requests that are put out by the listeners. Do you agree that there's not much appreciation by the Kenyans for Kenyan music?
I'm actually really not into that whole debate.
Yeah.
Because it's been big online and artists are bashing DJs and radio presenters, and they're doing the same to artists, as opposed to everyone just, you do good music and the DJs will play your music. It's very straightforward. So I mean, they could do a bit more, playing more local music and stuff,
right.
But it's up to us to also do good music. Like why would a DJ play a bad song just because it's a Kenyan song, you know?
Yeah. For the media, the criticism that goes in there is that what bleeds leads, or those juicy bad stories will make it to headlines. For artists, is the racia and all is what perhaps will catch people. We saw what Nishike has done. Are we going to see some of that perhaps coming soon? You in this?
Let me first hit the gym, kill the knees, and then.
But what do you make of that? That seems to be what Napo will talk about, and will, be all this debate about it, and we will get the views, and everybody will be interested. Is that what people want? Who's pushing this? Who's propagating this? Is it the artist, or is it the people want it, and that's what makes it big?
I think it works on both parts. Also, I think to each his own. If sex appeal is what you use to push your music and it works for you, that's fine. If your music is what you're selling yourself, that works for you, it's fine. Yeah, I really don't mind that someone will take off their shirt and get airplay, and I'll sing and get airplay. So
Okay. Finally, before we look at some of your pictures, which will talk us through, what do you tell young guys who want to join this? Somebody watching and they're thinking, wow, just at 24 she's been able to do all of this, album out there, and getting to perform amazing platforms. What do you say to them?
I'll say, if you're passionate about what you're doing and you're good at what you're doing, things will work out.
Yeah.
And it'll take a while. You need to be patient. Because for me, it took a while and I was almost giving up. You're not getting paid. You're not getting paid enough. So you have to stick to it. consistency. Yeah.
Yeah. And where do we find you next? Where is the next big performance? Where will you be at? The next big
performance is Coke Studio.
Okay.
Which will be airing on TV sometime during the end of the year.
So we'll get to see you. Okay. So 500 Bob, how do people contact for this delivery?
Fena Music on Facebook. And then We Are MIS. That's on Twitter, at We Are MIS.
At We Are MIS on Twitter.
Yeah, so inbox your details and then we'll work out how to deliver.
Yeah. Let's have the pictures, some of Fena's pics, and as we bring this to a close, there is one that's coming up next. This is, talk to us about them.
This was for the album promo.
Yeah.
The photo is actually done by Joshua Obaga. He's really good.
Okay.
That's the London Summit. That's Ecstatic.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know if you have any pics. I was also in Joburg week before.
The week before.
For concert.
And
that was Choices Live, I think a year ago. Yeah.
Okay.
Matoka mbali.
Yeah. I know, Choices hapa chini burrito roll.
Actually, how my voice sounds now, I had a show there, Jana.
What?
So my voice is just good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's part of the work that goes into this.
Yeah.
You have to, the hours, the time.
Early mornings for interviews.
Yeah. It's good.
It's good. By this complaint, the only complaint is kupa or coffee.
Who is that? Someone is getting fired right now.
No. I got some tea. All right.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much.
We wish you the very best. Looking forward to hearing and seeing more from Fena's Corner, and we're cheering you on.
Thank you. I know KTN has my back.
All right.
Yeah.
Awesome. And thank you all for watching the show today. It's been great having you with us. We'll leave you with one of our songs, Dutch. The album again is Phenomenon right here. You can get it for just 500 shillings. And we'll be tweeting, I'll be putting up her details, how you can reach them for this album. But here's the song. But don't forget tonight, people, 7 p.m. right here on KTN. Something new, fresh is coming your way. Very exciting. Don't make sure you're near a TV, and it's tuned to KTN. Is there a match at that time? Even if there's a match, one of the screens should be on KTN, people. You need to see what's happening over here. Enjoy your weekend. We'll see you next week. Bye.